Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Sentencing of Beachy Stout and co-accused pushed back to September. Youth wants constitutional reform process to go ahead despite Privy Council impasse. And later in sports, Africa's fastest to compete at Racers Grand Prix. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shane Masters and here are the details. The sentencing hearing for Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald and Oscar Barnes has been pushed back to September 19. The court was told that sentencing judge Justice Chester Stamp was not available. The men were subsequently remanded. A 7-member jury found MacDonald and Barnes guilty of murder and conspiracy to commit murder on March 6 in relation to the businessman's wife, Tonia. Now, Tonia was killed on July 20, 2020, along the Sherwood Forest Main Road in Portland. As debate continues surrounding the reform of Jamaica's constitution and which court should be its apex court, there's a view for a consultative approach to be taken on the matter. It comes from the youth representative on the Constitutional Reform Committee, Sujay Boswell. Amoy Harriet has the details.
Don't let the work which has been put in go to waste. That's according to the youth representative on the Constitutional Reform Committee, Sujay Boswell, who is urging the government and opposition to move forward on issues on which they both agree. Mr. Boswell says in canvassing the views of young people on the current stalemate, it has been suggested that the parties proceed with the removal of the British monarch as Jamaica's head of state, while dialogue continues on the transition from the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council. He says young people are supportive of the transition to republic status.
Well, based on the views that I've been canvassing, the thought primarily is do not throw out the baby with the bathwater. And a lot of work has been done over decades to get to where we are. This process, as you've heard over the past few months, has been going on for decades. And so where we are now, we are really at a crossroads. And the truth is, when it gets to a point of divergence and difference as we are now, the answer is not to draw a red line or to say that we're there so you over there and we now move until somebody moves. What the country needs right now is leadership.
Mr. Boswell, who was speaking on the morning agenda, says this issue presents an opportunity for Prime Minister Andrew Holness and opposition leader Mark Golding to show true leadership if constitutional reform is of national importance.
To say or to take a position that you don't want a gradualist approach, it is essentially saying that you are for full colonization or no decolonization or full colonization. And a step-by-step process is something that can help in moving away from it. And I would love, and I know a lot of other young Jamaicans would love to see, we have a Republic Day where we can celebrate our accomplishments as a country to move away from the monarchy as the head of our legislative and our political system. So our leaders really have an opportunity now to show that when we have misunderstandings and disputes of this nature, we can solve them without drawing a red line.
The opposition has been adamant that removing the monarch as their head of state should coincide with a move away from the Privy Council as the country's final appellate court as well. Amoy Harriet, TVJ News.
After 2 failed groundbreakings, head of the St. Mary Police Superintendent Bobette Morgan Simpson says the Port Mary Police Station will finally be relocated. However, there has been disquiet among the local authority and other stakeholders about the proposed new location at an old Carmarthen Trinity just outside the town centre.
What I have said and will continue to say is that the working conditions at the Port Maria Police Station and headquarters is very, very bad. And the Ministry of Health, the Public Health Department, has threatened on several occasions to lock down the station.
She was speaking at the monthly municipal corporation meeting where she noted that she has met with the mayor to discuss issues with the new location. She says she's awaiting a response from the Police High Command to the concerns that have been highlighted, to include the police being relocated outside of the town centre. The Port Maria station has been at the mercy of overflowing sewage during high tides for some time, as the authorities tried unsuccessfully to find a suitable new location for the police. 2024 will be one of the more exciting years yet for young people interested in agriculture, so says Agriculture Minister Florent Green. The minister, while in Clarendon, teased some of the programs he will announce during his contribution to the sectoral debate next week. The details in this report from Dwayne Anderson.
We cannot do that unless agriculture is sexy again. So the Jamaica 4-H Club is tasked to make agriculture sexy again.
A plan to make agriculture sexy again in Jamaica, starting with new programs in 2024.
We are launching this financial year a youth regional farmer exchange program. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be giving 4-H clubites the opportunity to go free of cost to another Caribbean island to spend a week there and to see how they do agriculture in their country, and to bring some of our expertise there while learning a new culture. Sound good, not true?
Minister Green said the government took the decision years ago to prioritize youth in agriculture as one of 5 key pillars at the ministry, and he's pleased with the progress.
Among the countries in the Caribbean, Jamaica actually has the lowest average age of a farmer. What that means is that more young people are participating in the agricultural enterprise in Jamaica than in any other country in the Caribbean.
For him, the Rural Youth Empowerment Program in particular is a game changer. It targets youth aged 18 to 35.
Youth agricultural program, we don't only give them training, we give them startup grants to start their enterprise. And for those who have started, we have another program where we give them resources to build upon the enterprise that has started. And you know what we have found? A number of our young people who go through our REAP starter program come back to the REAP Builder program, means that their agricultural enterprise is doing well and is growing.
The Agriculture Minister was speaking Friday at the Denby Showgrounds in Clarendon during Achievement Day, which was hosted by the 4-H Club. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
Some 3,000 residents who are served by the Hackley Gap water system can now enjoy the precious commodity. They previously complained that the system, which is operated by the municipal corporation, had not been maintained, leaving them without water. It serves communities from Penline Castle, Epping, Mento, Carrick Hill and Brook Lodge.
We restore water in Hackley Gap community. For the past 7 years, people in Hackley Gap are living without water. Now they are all pleased and say thanks to their councillor, mayor and MP.
And it's time for a break here on the Midday News. Stay with us, more stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. The St. James Police Division has rolled out its Beat Officer Patrol Division. The initiative is part of efforts to bolster public safety and strengthen community policing. Superintendent Aaron Samuels is commanding officer for the St. James Police Division.
Over the years, the St. James Montego Bay Township has been a problematic space in terms of the public order situation, the congestion in the town, the ability to really ensure that persons have free movement, and also we have had situations where violent crimes have occurred in the township.
It's why he welcomes the initiative.
The aim of the Beat Officer Patrol Division is to bring back law and order and public safety within the confines of the Montego Bay Township. We intend to, with this initiative, to continue as a long-term initiative. As seen in the Kingston Metropolitan, they have rolled out and they have reaped a lot of success. Following on the heels of our Restore Paradise initiative, we want to ensure that this continues. The main aim is policing with this. Whilst the Restore Paradise had the agencies playing a great focus, we will do our policing along with the agencies.
In the meantime, Superintendent Samuels has this warning for criminals.
Sometimes these incidents, these criminals may see, the township as an area where they can, take advantage of their rivals. So what we want to do is have no safe space for criminals to roam in St. James. So we are taking back the city, we're ensuring that the police officers are out, and we'll maintain that presence.
And it's now time for the Business Minute. Consumers paid an average 3.5% more for food and non-alcoholic beverages for the 12 months to April this year. Looking at the month of April alone, the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin says the prices fell by 0.6%. Compared to March 2024, food prices fell marginally by 0.7%. Statin says the main contributor to the decline was a 3.7% fall in the cost of vegetables, tubers, plantains, cooking bananas, and pulses. On the other hand, non-alcoholic beverages increased by an average 0.4%. All classes of non-alcoholic beverages, including water, soft drinks, and other non-alcoholic beverages, fruit and vegetable juices, and coffee, tea, cocoa influenced the movement. Inflation in the U.S. has cooled off for the first time this year. According to the Consumer Price Index report released on Wednesday, in April, overall prices increased 3.4% from a year earlier. That's down from 3.5% in March. On a monthly basis, costs rose 0.3%, down from 0.4% the month before. And that's it for the Business Minute. Time now for the top. Thanks, Amoy. And we head to a quick break. When we come back, Spencer Darlington will have your midday sports report.